Hey boys and girls, Ken Smith Fishing. Take 27. So far I've had a baby scream, a dog try to tip the camera over, and a battery die. So I guess this is only take 4, but here we go. So this is going to be Rayburn report. Actually, this is going to be the Bass Champs Shootout from 2 weeks ago. And it was a pretty doggone unremarkable tournament for us. And what you're going to see here is made a bad decision to go to a spot second versus first, and found out later by the time we got there in the first literally 30 minutes, somebody we know pretty well, or know well, had already hit the spot, caught 21 pounds off of it, and moved on. So it's one of those days. It used to see it happen a lot grass fishing, where if you didn't hit the exact right rotation, you didn't catch them. Matter of fact, if you saw, I can't remember now where I saw that, but Wheeler talked about winning at Chickamauga. And he said a lot of the key to his winning was knowing when, knowing how to run that milk run, knowing what to fish in his progression. And we just had a bad progression, and that's going to happen. You heard me talk a couple of weeks ago about the fact that the fishing on Rayburn, I don't think is necessarily better during the week. And I think they're probably maybe a little better on Wednesday and Thursday than it is Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But what it is you can run more sort of key spots and make the cast, where on a Saturday you could have 10 spots in your mind that you want to go fish, and you might not be able to pull up on any of them. So that's sort of what happened here. Now, they were gone by the time we got there. They actually laughed at us later and said, "We saw y'all over there. We had already whacked them and caught them." But so I'll show you that footage in just a second. But let's talk real quick about what we've got coming up this weekend. So Bass Champs is on Tawakoni this weekend. There's really nothing on Rayburn this weekend until Sunday night, the Poor Man's Tournament. I believe that goes out of the Monterey ramp. I tell you where you can check it. On the Outlaw Outdoor website, they've got the Rayburn calendar, and you can see there where that will be. Then next Thursday evening, every Thursday evening, there's the No Name Bass Club, which I'm pretty sure is a Lufkin Bass Club, but it may be Nacogdoches. I apologize, guys. They have their little evening tournament as well. And then the next thing really on Rayburn is the 18th, the Anglers Quest team, and on the 19th, the Anglers Quest individual. So that's what's going on Rayburn. So it's kind of coming out of the super busy tournament season. We're going to have no tournaments here for a couple of weeks, and then they start picking back up again. So let's jump over and watch Moon Pie and I getting our butts kicked in the Bass Champs Shootout, and then we'll come right back. He might keep, but I ain't putting him in there.
Yeah, there was somebody sitting in the boat too, I think. I don't remember exactly. I'm not wanting a frog. As soon as I said that, they're not wanting a frog, Ken. They're not wanting a frog. They're not wanting a frog.
Did you get a hook in?
I don't think I got a hook in, but he ate it. They're not just like young. Probably one, yeah.
Well, good morning. It's Sunday morning. It's a Bass Champs Shootout here on Rayburn. It is 7:30. So I don't know if I got footage or not, but Moon Pie and I started those shallow fish where I caught that big frogfish last Friday, a week ago Friday. And we basically said, let's just try to catch one fish over 4 pounds in there. And Moon Pie had he said it was a 7+ pound head blow up on a frog and not get it. And she wouldn't come back. So we had the bite. We caught a couple of keepers in there, but we didn't even put them in the box. It's still here. I mean, there's no sense in putting a 1.5 pound, 2 pound fish in the box. So we pulled up now on a deep spot, and we've had a couple of bites. He caught a little short one on a cloud 9, and I caught a keeper on a centipede. And we're gonna grind deep for a while, see what happens. But it has been slow. It's interesting. Moonpie made a comment. Drove over here this morning. How many deer did you see?
8.
You saw like 8 deer feeding real early this morning, which probably means there was a major feed in the dark. So it may be a while before they feed again. It's a short day. We only get to fish till 2, so we'll see what happens. But hopefully they'll bite for us. There he is. I'll catch that one. That's like a decent fish. He's not, but he acts like a decent fish. You gonna keep him? At this point, we catch 2 8-pounders and we wish we'd kept him.
Yeah. But that could be. This might be a big one here, Ken. Be a good one too. It's a bass. He's gonna be hooked deep, kind of thought. Say that. What do I got here? Let's do it. Oh, damn. Dude, I never felt nothing. He was just there, kind of just holding. GoPro, stop recording. He got the shoulder. Or he did till I got him coming my way. Now he ain't nothing. Oh. Now that big hooked me a 4-pounder here. You want that? Oh, 4-pounder got off. That's coming. He looked longer than that down in the water. 4-pounder got off and that one grabbed it right there at the boat. I had a 4-pounder on right till it got to the boat. And then I saw the 4-pounder come off. Because I would never ever claim 4-pounder and catch that guy. Never ever. This has been a brutally crappy day for us. Well, that sums it up there. What my battery died as I was saying that. We just had
a brutal day. We had another one this past weekend, but in those 3 fish tournaments, you know, you get a big bite and it makes a big difference. The fish are full up, should be full up in the summertime patterns. There's not a lot of shallow fish because the water's so low, and so low being about a foot under pool. But you know, when we had this time last year, we were about 2 feet over pool, so there was good water around the cypress trees and in the bushes. And it's just hard to get on a consistent pattern right now, shallow. And interestingly, I think it's kind of hard to get on one deep as well. If you'll notice, these teams, even the teams that are catching the great big sacks, they'll catch a great big sack and then they don't do anything for a few weeks, and then they might catch another great big sack. So that's just Rayburn fishing. Some of that's back to what I talked about at the beginning of this video. You're unable to get on some of your key spots. I'm sure some guys are not wanting to go to spots because they don't want to show some people some spots. But it's just, Rayburn's just fishing pretty inconsistent right now. So I would think that might stabilize over the next few weeks, especially with less tournament pressure, so the fun fishing should be a little bit better. But we'll be back down next, we're going to stay in Dallas this weekend. We'll be back down early next week, and I'll get some more footage filmed and get it up and hopefully catch some more good fish. I did get my 360 imaging fixed. I already mentioned it, thanks to the guys at Toledo Fiberglass for getting that knocked out for me. My fault, but they got it fixed. So it should be a little easier brush pile fishing going forward, which is mostly what I'm going to do when I go back down, that and grass fishing. So stick around. I'll be back with more videos next week. And appreciate you guys tuning in. We're over 8,000 subscribers and over 1.5 million views, which boggles my mind. So thanks for you guys for watching, and thanks for all the comments on my financial videos I stuck in as well. If you hadn't seen those, I'll slip them in right there at the top again. You can go check those out if you want to. Thanks for watching, guys.